Our journey started about 3 years ago when we were encouraged to apply for an academic intensive model grant through the California Collaborative for Education Excellence, CCEE, in partnership with Solution Tree.
Well, I think the PLC at Work process is a fit anywhere, but if you especially drill it down to Fillmore, it's a great fit because they had not been really talking and working together in my experience at the high school or as the assessment coach at the middle school. And so this has allowed the teachers to come together and say, what do we want our kids to learn? And then how can we make sure it happens so it's not all on my shoulders?
When they first came here at the beginning of the year 3 years ago, it just kind of seemed like, oh, okay, this is the professional development we're going to do for 2 days before school starts, and then we're never going to see them again. But I think when it really started to click was when they took us out by our content teams, and we started planning together for large chunks of time, looking at what are your most essential standards and how are you going to make sure that the students learn them.
We've seen our teachers just be vulnerable to say, I tried this, it didn't work. I noticed through your assessment that your kids did really well. What did you do?
A lot of it's just looking at whatever assessment students have just taken and just seeing, all right, what did and didn't the students get? And then we can talk about it and we can say, oh, what did you do on this part? And maybe my partner has a strategy that I didn't think of for teaching it or vice versa. And then we can use some of those strategies to go back and reteach the students that maybe didn't master the skill the first time.
Flash Forward is our response to intervention tier 2. It's built into our daily schedule. It meets 4 times a week, and we're on a 2-week cycle where teachers pull students in if they need help with an essential standard. We also have students participating in Flash Forward who are doing things like extensions and enrichments. For example, one of my students is actually running a Flash Forward with her teacher where she's teaching other students how to code, which is really just incredible.
One of the reasons why we partner with Solution Tree is the embedded coaching that is provided, where our principals get direct support for content coaching, as well as assessment coaching, as we also take a look at RTI processes and multi-tiered layers of support as well. Not only do our sites and our principals get that support, but also our district level administrators as well. And that's really a key difference that I see in the support that we get from Solution Tree, is that it's a more holistic approach. We as a district can have that overarching district focus, but our sites get that personalized attention as well.
Every coach I've had, I've learned something every day that they come, as opposed to me just sitting there going like, here we go again. And so with Solution Tree, that's been very refreshing in that, I guess a seasoned principal, as you would call it, that's pretty remarkable.
We've seen significant improvements on our CAS scores at our elementary schools in different grade levels. We have one of our elementary schools, San Cayetano, who was recognized as a promising practice PLC school. And last year, Fillmore High School was designated as a California Distinguished School.
First year, we were named a California Distinguished School. First time in the school's history, first time in the district's history of anybody receiving that reward. So that was there's about 4,000 high schools and middle schools, and 298 were distinguished. So it's pretty incredible. Math 1 grades, integrated Math 1 grades, 77% D's and F's. That's down to 35. That's quite extraordinary, just the sheer amount of math grades.
We have seen a significant increase in the percentage of students who are taking grade level classes, which aligns with another core belief. All kids can and will learn at high levels, and we've defined that as grade level or above.
So even just last year, 3rd grade saw a huge jump in our test scores that Piru hasn't seen in many, many years. But beyond test scores, just seeing our students really enjoy learning and becoming confident in their skills.
It's really not an initiative or a work framework where it's coming from the central office out to sites, but it was really generated from our sites and our principals and our teacher leaders wanting this, and then telling us at the central office, okay, this is what we want, and really letting go of that wheel in a sense and letting them take ownership of this.
Don't become overwhelmed. Take it day by day. It does get easier. It gets better. The results you're going to see are going to be amazing and awesome and totally worth the amount of work you're putting in.
At this point, the schools in Fillmore know what the work is. What's next right now is how do we do this work in a meaningful way that we can get more efficient and effective and get even more students learning? How do we figure out those next steps as a team when we respond? So it's still strengthening the work right now to where they get to a point where we can't imagine life without this.
You don't jump into this work half-heartedly, and you go in with the understanding that it's going to take time. It will be difficult. We'll be asking each other hard questions, but these questions that we're asking is for the betterment of our students and for our community.